Dear students, this is the third session on the chapter Banking Latest Trends. We will continue with our discussion on the different forms of electronic banking. Please continue with the topic list. It will be subtopic number B now, the second form of electronic banking. Number B, please write automated, automated. It is not automatic, it is automated. automated, automated teller, T capital, teller, teller, machine, M capital, machine, automated teller machine, within brackets in capital letters ATM, within brackets in capital letters ATM. So automated teller machine or ATM. Next line you write meaning and how it operates. Meaning of ATM and how does this machine operate. Meaning and how it operates. Within brackets page number 77. Page number 77. So nothing much to explain over here. All of you are well conversant with the functioning and operations of this ATM. So automated teller machine is an automatic machine which has been installed by all major commercial banks all over the cities. The objective behind is that the customers of the bank, the account holders of the bank, instead of coming to the bank physically for carrying out simple bank transactions like withdrawal of cash from the account, depositing cash in the account, getting the passbook updated. So these simple transactions, instead of coming to the bank physically and performing these transactions, an account holder, a customer of a bank can visit this ATM machine which is nearest to his locality, and with the help of that plastic card called ATM card which is given to him by the bank when he has opened the account, he can operate that machine. He just needs to enter the PIN, the personal identity number which the bank has provided to him along with the ATM card. When the account is opened, at the time of opening the account, the bank provides nowadays to every customer this plastic card which is called the ATM card along with a very confidential PIN. The full form of PIN is personal identity number. So an account holder can visit any ATM of the bank, swipe his ATM card in that machine. The machine asks for the PIN. The customer enters his PIN which the bank has given to him, and he logs in to his account, and he can perform transactions, carry out transactions from his account. Either he can deposit cash in his account or withdraw cash from his account through this ATM machine. Okay, so that is what is an ATM machine is. It is a bank kiosk, you can say. Okay, simple transactions, withdrawal of cash, deposition of cash, updating of passbook can be done with the help of such machines. So open the bracket from number 2, automated teller machine, ATM, underline it. ATM is an automatic machine. A customer, that means an account holder of the bank, can withdraw or deposit money with the help of this machine by inserting his or her ATM card and typing his or her personal identity number, that is the PIN. The ATM operates for all 24 hours. This is much less costly and less time consuming than a human teller bank, that is a bank's employee. It is very convenient for the account holders, the customers of the bank. They don't need to go to the particular branch of the bank in which they have their account, stand in long queue over there, okay, either to deposit cash or to withdraw money from their account. They just need to visit to the nearest ATM machine, okay, and perform these simple bank transactions. ATMs have begun to assume the role of mini bank kiosks, making the need for a visit to a bank's branch almost negligible. After the installation of these ATM machines, you will notice that the crowd in the branch of the bank, in all branches of the bank, has reduced considerably. You need to visit your bank's branch only in case of important works these days, not for these simple banking transactions like withdrawal of cash or deposition of cash. Now, seeing the popularity of ATMs, banks have now begun to install other devices such as cash depositing machine in which one can deposit loose cash, passbook printer. So along with the ATM machine, these machines are now being installed by the banks. A cash deposition machine, passbook printer, internet kiosk. You'll find for State Bank, this internet kiosk is called the e-corner. Please visit an e-corner of SBI. You will find that all different types of machines are there, through which a number of bank transactions can be performed. Information kiosk and phone banking devices next to ATMs, which ensure that branches see less number of customers physically. So these are all self-operating machines. The customers of the bank, account holders of the bank, according to their requirement, can go to these e-corners, these kiosks, operate these machines on their own and get their bank transactions, processed and performed. So close the bracket after less number of customers. Now write number C in your topic list, the next form of e-banking. Number C, debit card. Give a colon, debit card, then write meaning and main features. Meaning and main features. Within brackets, page number 77. Page number 77. Now, what is a debit card and what are its important features? See, nowadays, the ATM card which is issued by a bank to its account holder serves the purpose of the debit card as well. We call the ATM card a debit card as well. It is now referred to as an ATM cum debit card. So this plastic card, it's a plastic card issued by the bank to its savings account holder or current account holder. And with the help of this card, the customer, the account holder, can make a number of payments, provided the place at which he is making the payment has the machine to accept debit card. I am sure you must have noticed, you have seen your parents making payments by their debit cards. Suppose you have gone to a shop, say West Side or any other, you have gone to a restaurant for a dinner with your relatives. Now your father wants to make the payment by a debit card. So before that, you must check with the bank, with that particular restaurant, that whether the restaurant offers debit card or not. Because all the restaurants, all the shops now, in our country still, they do not accept these cards. So if the restaurant, most of the good restaurants, they accept debit cards and credit cards. If they say that yes, we accept the debit card, then you dine over there, make the payment by using your debit card. Okay, when you say that I want to make the payment by using a debit card, the steward, the waiter over there, he will bring a small machine you can see with buttons on it. So there is a place to swipe that debit card. The debit card is swiped, then the machine, that small machine, will ask for the PIN. The debit card holder will enter his PIN. Okay? And then the amount has to be entered, the amount which he has to pay for meeting the bill. He enters the amount and he then presses the green button. And immediately, what happens is then, the funds get transferred from his own bank account to the bank account of the owner of that restaurant. The funds get transferred immediately from the account of the debit card holder, from his own account, to the account of the owner of the restaurant. So a debit card can be used by a person who has a bank account, a savings account or a current account. The debit card holder has to be an account holder of a particular bank. Okay? And that bank issues the ATM cum debit card to him the moment he opens his savings account or current account over there. So with the help of this debit card, the account holder of the bank, the customer of the bank, can make payments directly from his own bank account to the bank account of the shop owners or the restaurant owners or whoever he wants to transfer the funds. He wants to make the payments. Making payment by a debit card means the account holder of the bank is making payment from his own bank account to the account of the transferee, the shop owner, the restaurant owner, whoever he or she is. Okay? So that is a debit card. So the advantage of a debit card is that the customer, the account holder, does not need to carry substantial amount of liquid cash with him when he's going out for shopping or when he's going out for dining with his friends or relatives, when he's going out to book air tickets. So he does not need to carry cash with him. So all these payments can be made by using his debit card. The moment he makes the payment by using his debit card, funds get transferred from his own bank account to the account of the transferee. Okay? So open the bracket now from debit card, underline it. A person can get a debit card by depositing money in the bank. A person first of all needs to open a bank account in a particular commercial bank in a branch and deposit some money in that branch, in his account, in that particular bank. So if a person has deposited say 50,000 rupees in his savings account, he gets a debit card from that bank. He can use the debit card for making payment up to rupees 50,000 only, the amount which he has in his bank account. He cannot use the debit card beyond that amount. Okay? So a person can get a debit card by depositing money in the bank, by opening an account and depositing money in that bank account. The card holder can make immediate payment for the goods purchased or services availed with the help of the debit card. Cancel the word availed, provided the seller has the terminal facility. The debit card holder can make the payment immediately for purchasing goods or for availing any sort of a service. With the help of his debit card, he can make the payment immediately, provided the seller of the product or the provider of the service has that machine, that terminal, which can accept the debit card. When the customer presents his debit card, the terminal which the seller is providing automatically transfers money from the buyer's account, from the cardholder's own account, to the seller's account. Please underline this sentence. The buyer is the account holder over here. So when the customer of the bank uses his debit card, the terminal which is provided by the seller, that machine, automatically transfers money from the customer's account, from the buyer's account, to the seller's account. Okay, close the bracket after that. So this is the meaning of debit card. Now open the bracket from features. The next sentence, the main features of a debit card, characteristics of a debit card are as follows. Number one, the card holder has to deposit money with the issuer of the debit card. The card holder has to deposit money with the issuer. Who is the issuer? The bank in which the card holder has opened his account and deposited money in his account. So the card holder has to open an account. A debit card holder has to open a bank account and deposit money in that bank for availing this debit card facility. Number two, the card contains the name, address, phone number, etc. of the card holder and the issuer of the card. On the debit card, ATM cum debit card, usually these things are printed or engraved or inscribed. Name, address and phone number of the card holder, the customer, and the name of the issuing bank. The card can be used to spend money up to the deposit made by the card holder. After card holder, write in his bank account. After card holder, please add in his bank account and then give a full stop. I was referring to this point a little while ago, that whenever a debit card holder is making payment by using his debit card, he can make payments, he can spend money up to the amount which he has deposited in his bank account, not more than that. The card can be used to spend money up to the deposit made by the card holder in his bank account. The card holder does not get any credit facility from the bank. The cardholder does not get any credit facility, any loan facility from the bank when he uses the debit card. He is using his own money. He is making payment from his own bank account to the shop, to the restaurant with the help of the debit card. He is not getting any credit facility or loan facility from the bank. The cardholder can buy things from time to time with the help of his debit card. He does not need to carry cash. So that is a very big advantage. And the cardholder has to pay some fee or charge for using his card. So for using his debit card, he just needs to pay some nominal fee or charge to the bank. So close the bracket after point number 6. 7 is not required. So these are the main characteristics or features of a debit card. Next, write down point number D in your topic list. Credit card. Credit card. Give a colon, underline. Now write down meaning and important features. Meaning and important features. Within brackets, pages 77 to 78. Pages 77 to 78. Mark both these topics, debit card and credit card, important. Mark both these topics important, debit card and credit card. You may get a short note of 4 marks or 5 marks. Write a short note on debit card, 4 mark. Write a short note on credit card, 5 marks. So learn these two things very well, debit card, credit card. Their meaning, how they are used, and what are their main features. So now, meaning of a credit card along with its main characteristics. So see, a credit card means the user of this credit card, a credit card holder, is availing credit facility from that bank which has issued the credit card to him. The credit card holder, when he makes some payment by using this credit card which has been issued to him by a bank, credit card, like a debit card, a credit card is also issued by a bank to a particular individual. So an individual, a credit card holder who holds a credit card of a particular bank, when he uses that credit card and makes payment somewhere in a shop or in a restaurant or whatever, he actually avails the credit facility from that bank which has issued the credit card. He is actually getting a loan for a very short period of time, getting credit from that bank. Okay? So when a credit card holder makes payment with the help of his credit card, actually the card holder is not making any payment from his own bank account. The payment is made by that bank which has issued the credit card to him on his behalf. Suppose, let us take an example. Mr. X, he has approached, say, HDFC Bank. He has applied for a credit card of HDFC Bank. And Mr. X may or may not have his own account, savings account, in that HDFC Bank. That is quite possible. Mr. X, he may have an account in that HDFC Bank, or he may not have an account in that HDFC Bank. So let us say that Mr. X does not have any account, any savings account of his in that branch of HDFC Bank. But still he has gone to that particular branch of HDFC and he has applied for a credit card. The bank has told him to provide certain important documents which will prove his credentials, his credibility, like his salary certificate, okay, his Aadhaar card, Xerox copies, voter's ID card, PAN card, etc., etc. And he has provided all those documents which the bank had asked for, and the bank was satisfied with all those documents. It was proved that he is a solvent person. And after that, the bank has issued a credit card, the HDFC Bank has issued a credit card to Mr. X, having a maximum limit of, say, 1 lakh of rupees. The bank fixes the limit, a maximum limit, for which he can use the card for making payments. and the upper limit has been fixed at rupees 1 lakh of rupees, and this upper limit is fixed depending upon the monthly income of Mr. X. So on account of, the HDFC Bank has gone through the salary certificates and other necessary papers of Mr. X, and they found that a maximum limit of 1 lakh of rupees can be granted to him on his credit card. So he has been given a credit card with a maximum limit of rupees 1 lakh. So after getting this credit card, when Mr. X starts making payment by using this credit card of HDFC Bank, it is HDFC Bank who makes the payment on Mr. X's behalf to the shopkeeper or to the restaurant owner or whatever. Now what Mr. X has to do, he will have to return this money back to HDFC Bank, usually within 30 days from the date of making the payment. On the date of the payment, Mr. X is not paying anything from his own pocket or from his own bank account. He is using the credit card of HDFC. It is HDFC Bank who is making the payment on Mr. X's behalf to the shopkeeper or to the restaurant owner or whoever it is. So Mr. X is getting credit. He is availing the credit facility from HDFC Bank when he is making the payment. And within 30 days of making the payment, Mr. X has to repay this money back to HDFC Bank. And if the amount is not repaid within the stipulated period of time, then some penalties, some fees will be imposed. Extra charge will be imposed. Some penalties will be imposed by HDFC Bank on Mr. X. So this is what a credit card is, and this is how it works. So open the bracket from credit card number 4. Anybody having a good reputation can obtain a credit card from a bank. That person need not be an account holder with that bank. He just needs to prove his creditworthiness and reputation by providing sufficient papers, which the bank has asked for. Anybody having good reputation can obtain a credit card from a bank. A person need not have money in his bank or even a bank account. After bank you write, give an arrow and write, or even a bank account. A person need not have money in his bank or even a bank account to get a credit card. Close the bracket over there. Then come down to this sentence, open the bracket once again. The name, photograph, signatures of the customer, the name of the issuing bank and the date of validity of the card are engraved on the credit card. The card holder can buy goods and services with the help of this credit card. He keeps on depositing the money, repaying the money used on later dates. After used, right? Please cancel the word used. It does not make any sense over here. The card holder keeps on depositing the money on later dates as per the agreement with the bank. Usually, the bank gives 30 days time to make the payment. The bank which has issued the credit card gives a 30 days time to the credit card holder to repay the money back to the bank. So this sentence is important. The credit card holder keeps on depositing the money on later dates to the bank as per the agreement with the bank. So this is the meaning of credit card. Now, underline features of a credit card. Important characteristics of a credit card. The main features of a credit card are as follows. Number 1, the card holder must enjoy good reputation. He must have good reputation in the market, in the society. He must be able to prove his creditworthiness, his credentials to the bank by providing the necessary papers and documents which the bank has asked for. Then only the bank will issue a credit card in his favor. Number 2, there is no need to deposit advance money with the issuer of the card. There is no need to open a bank account or deposit any money in advance with the issuer bank, the bank which is issuing the credit card. However, he or she, that means the person who wants to get the credit card, may be asked, not compulsory. However, he or she may be asked to open an account with the issuing bank. After account, write with the issuing bank. Sometimes maybe the bank which is issuing the credit card may ask the person that first of all, you please open a savings bank account with us and then we will issue the credit card. But it is maybe optional, not compulsory. However, he or she may be asked to open an account with the issuing bank, the bank which is issuing the credit card. Point number 3, the card contains the personal details of the card holder, name and address of the bank, etc. All these details are engraved on it, inscribed on it. Credit card allows credit facility to the card holder. Very, very important. Debit card does not allow any credit facility. The customer makes payment from his own bank account when he uses the debit card. But over here, a credit card holder, when he is making the payment, he is not making payment from his own pocket or from his own bank account. The issuer of the credit card, that bank, is making the payment on behalf of the credit card holder. That means the credit card holder is availing credit facility from the issuing bank. Okay, so credit card allows credit facility to the credit card holder. The card holder makes payment after using the card within 30 days. The card holder pays some charge for the credit card. Bank sometimes charges nominal amount. Some incentives or gifts may be available to the credit card holder. Close the bracket. In order to encourage people to avail this credit card service, to take credit cards from the banks. Nowadays, banks offer a number of incentives, a number of offers to the customers to instigate them, to induce them, to encourage them, to motivate them to get credit cards of the banks and use those credit cards. So close the bracket after point number 7. Next topic you write it in the form of a topic. I think it will be number E. Differences between a debit card and a credit card, and mark it important. Mark the topic important. Differences between a debit card and a credit card. Mark the topic important. Answer reference right, page number 78. Page number 78. Very important objective question. Give 2 differences between a debit card and a credit card. So first difference, open the bracket from number 1. Close the bracket after number 4. Give tick marks against all the 4 points. All are important. On the basis of the status of the card holder. So a debit card holder, he will write in this way in the form of a complete sentence. A debit card holder is not a debtor of the issuing bank. Debtor means the person from whom money will be received. So a debit card holder is using his own money. He is making payment from his own bank account. So he is not a debtor of the bank. From the point of view of the issuing bank, he is not a debtor. The bank is not going to receive anything from him later on. So a debit card holder is not a debtor of the issuing bank. A credit card holder is definitely a debtor of the issuing bank. The bank which has issued the credit card, okay? So the bank is going to receive money from the credit card holder. So every credit card holder becomes a debtor of the issuing bank. Credit facility is not available in a debit card. Credit facility is available in a credit card. The card holder, the debit card holder makes the payment. Instead of writing before using the card, please write as soon as the card is swiped. As soon as the card is used also you can write. The debit card holder makes the payment from his own bank account. Please write the sentence like this. A debit card holder makes the payment from his own bank account as soon as the debit card is used. A debit card holder makes the payment from his own bank account as soon as the debit card is used. And under credit card you will write, a credit card holder makes the payment to the issuing bank after using the credit card. A credit card holder, please write, a credit card holder makes the payment to the issuing bank after using his credit card. Okay? And for using a debit card, for getting a debit card, the customer of the bank does not need to keep any extra security. Okay? But in order to get a credit card, sometimes a credit card holder has to keep something as security, some asset as security with the bank. So close the bracket after point number 4. So these are the main differences between a debit card and a credit card. So I'll wind up this session over here. In my next session, I shall be completing the chapter by discussing the remaining forms of electronic banking. Thank you.